Guys, we're back with one of the greatest trainers of all time, the incomparable Coach Ronnie Shields.
Ventures proudly presents living legend and elite level trainer Ronnie Shields.
Guys, I tell you what, it's Tuesday evening, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. And if it's that time, we are meeting with one of the greatest of all time, future Hall of Fame badass, the incomparable Coach Ronnie Shields. Ronnie, how are you, brother?
Doing great. Doing great.
Well, I'll tell you what, guys, and I could not do this without the counsel and co-host talents of the incomparable J.R. Bell from the Boxing Source. J.R., how are you, brother?
Oh, doing all good, man. You're here for spring and all the pollen that it brings.
Oh, Chingao. Yeah, man, my allergies are off the charts, and thank you for bringing that up. Why don't you just give me a nice paper cut and pour some lemon juice on it? Why don't you? Chingao, man. I tell you what, we're going to get started, and we've got 5 and 5 rapid fire Q&A, care of the Boxing Source, in just a minute. But we're going to start with this, guys.
Hey, we ain't ducking and dodging nobody. It's time for fact or fiction.
Oh boy, here we go, Big James.
All right, number one. The winner of Ryan Garcia versus Rollie Romero will never ever face Jerome Boots Ennis ever. Fact or fiction?
That's a fact.
Now, look, we ordinarily wouldn't have even thought of this one, but today, the news dropped by our dear friend Gilberto Mendoza Jr., making this Ryan Garcia, Rollie Romero fight on May 2nd for the WBA regular 147-pound championship. Ronnie, are you surprised in the slightest?
I'm not surprised that they made that like that. But, you can make anything, It doesn't mean much. But I can't see either one of them fighting Boots.
Yeah, it almost did you see the roundtable discussion that the Ring had right after the press conference that they just aired it this past week? It almost seemed like Rollie Romero was just having a good time and happy to be there, didn't it?
For Rollie, I always have a great time.
Yeah. Like he was sticking up for everyone. It's like, oh, come on, y'all. It's wait for the fight. Wait for May 2nd. And everyone's like, oh, man, shut up, Rollie.
That's Rollie.
Oh, I tell you what, it was nice. Honestly, I don't care what anyone says. I really like Rollie, man. He is good for boxing. He is fun for the sport. And I'm going to be honest, and you don't have to say this. I'll say it for you. Even though Rollie can't fight, yeah, he's good for boxing. And I'm going to double down on that, brother. Ronnie, what chances does he have of overturning the apple cart?
Slim and none.
Oh, boy. Do you even know who he's training with?
I don't know. Who he's training with?
It's not Coach Bullet.
It's only 8.
It's not Ismail Salas anymore either, is it?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know.
Can anyone please tell Rollie Romero to stop doing his best impression of a female tennis player when he starts hitting the heavy bag? Dude, did you hear Ryan Garcia making fun of him?
Yep.
Oh, Ronnie, if you ever had a fighter that did that, would you pull him to the side and say, son, it's time to get you some good from the conditioning coach next door?
Oh my God.
Have you ever heard that in your life?
Oh yeah, I've heard plenty sounds.
Oh, jeez. Do you just no, just leave him be.
Ignore it. That's it. Let it go.
Man, Ryan Garcia at minus 900.
Wow.
And I think they're being nice.
Yeah.
Like, I'm serious. I think it should be minus 2,500. But then again, we don't know how Ryan is. We don't know how he looks after a year, but I will say this. He doesn't sound like Rollie on the heavy bag. And I will say this also. It almost looks like, forgive me for saying this, Rollie forgot how to punch.
Oh, man.
Wow.
Does anyone want to comment on that, or do you want to move on to the next one?
Yeah, let's move on.
Oh, yeah, we'll revisit something like this, but we're not going to pick on Rollie anymore. I like Rollie. He's good for boxing. Number 2, Big James.
All right. Eddie Hearn, unfazed by the size difference between W.A.W. Jr. and Conor Benn, started telling the media in attendance what a farce of a fight Paul versus Chavez Jr. was going to be on the Zone pay-per-view. Fact or fiction?
Well, it's a fact because he believes it.
But come on, Ronnie, are you geared up to see this big UK event from London in Tottenham or whatever it's called, Tottenham Hotspur Stadium? It's sold out. Apparently, it's over 50,000 seats sold. Are you looking forward to seeing this? Or are you going to watch a minute of this?
I'm not going to watch it at all, tell you the truth.
Yeah.
I read about it.
I don't even think I'm going to do that. Because really, what does this mean? The winner of this fight, what does it mean?
Nothing. Nothing at all. Either fight doesn't mean nothing for anybody.
Yeah. So let's now move from Eubank Jr. or Ben, unless you have something else to say about it.
No, nothing.
So were you surprised when Jake Paul announced that he was going to be taking on Mijo Chavez Jr. at the ripe old age of 40? And this was going to be for the interim WBC cruiserweight title, Coach.
Yeah, no, I read about it. Well, look, why Jake Paul is getting to fight for even an interim title, I don't know. But, we'll have to wait and see what happens with Chavez Jr. Because I haven't seen him in a couple of years. So who knows what he's like.
So can you even remember when the last time he hasn't quit on his stool?
No, can't remember anything about Chavez Jr.
Geez. Yeah.
Well,
this is bad, guys. This is bad. And look, I could reveal a lot as far as his training camps. This guy is actually partying while he's actually training. And I know this to be true. And no, we're not talking about a couple sips of champagne.
Oh, man.
No, we're talking about doing rails.
Wow.
Yes. Yeah, like it's the 70s or something.
Oh, not the George Clinton.
No, he's doing the George Clinton size rails, brother. Ching Gao, man. That's this guy's. Do you remember he was on HBO and his dad was yelling at him, telling him what to do, and he locked the door, or he was in the swimming pool trying to ignore his dad?
Yep.
Training in his underwear in his living room.
Yep, I remember that.
That's the same guy.
Yep.
So, Coach, do you have any pre-fight predictions for Jake Paul and Chavez Jr.?
Not at all. It's going to be a stinker. I know that much.
Okay, here's a bonus factor fiction, Coach. Jake Paul versus Chavez Jr. on his own pay-per-view will do more proceeds than all of Turkey Al Sheikh's pay-per-views put together up to this point. Fact or fiction?
Fiction.
Oh, gosh, I hope so.
No, I don't see people buying it. I really don't.
Oh,
You know,
boy.
Although Jake Paul does, his numbers are really good. But against Chavez, I don't think so.
You think even the Mexicans have jumped off the bandwagon?
No doubt.
You think after getting outpointed by Anderson Silva was the last straw?
The last straw, absolutely. The way he looked in
yes.
that, come on, man. Who want to see that?
He was on Jake Paul's undercard in July.
Oh, gosh. That's terrible. That's terrible. That's terrible. And our brother G Funky Boxing. It's good to see you, man. Thank you for supporting the coach on this day. He says Chavez Jr. is a disgrace, and I think you're putting it mildly.
Yes, indeed.
And our brother Vaughn, thank you for supporting the coach on this day. He says WrestleMania is less scripted than a Jake Paul fight. You know what? After watching this last WrestleMania, I might agree with you. Ching out. Here to there. Thank you for joining us across the pond. Someone who's geared up for the Connor Ben, Chris Eubank Jr. show. Says Ryan is such a wild card. Who knows how that Joker will come out? Well, tell you what, he is facing Rollie Romero for a reason, guys. And thank you for supporting the coach on this day, my friend. And guys, we're just getting started. So here we go. Number 3, Coach.
Yeah. Eddie Hearn doesn't care what Big Lou DiBella or Shakur says. He's still getting his 10% on July 12th. Fact or fiction?
Well, that could be a fact. I mean, it's crazy though, because they just started together and all of a sudden it's over.
Yeah. Well,
so who knows, man? But I'm glad to see Lou DiBella back in the mix because he's been out of the mix for a little while now, and Lou is not only he's a good person, he's good for the sport of boxing, and Lou knows what he's doing. So I'm really glad to see that DiBella is back. And
well, I tell you what, they're going to have a decent mouthpiece on this card. That's for sure.
Oh yeah. No doubt.
Well, I tell you what, I was a bit surprised. Not so much that Lou DiBella was on board and he was working with Big Shakur because they're both from New York or New Jersey. But I was a bit surprised that actually Shakur decided to take what Turkey Al Sheikh was offering him and jump in the ring with William Zepeda.
Well, I think he really had no choice, because he's not going to make that kind of money anywhere else anyway. So, this is business. So, and I'm sure his managers, have talked to him and explained things to him, how it goes. And, but I'm sure Turkey probably got in his ears, say, hey, man, wait for the next one. Win this one and the next one, we'll talk about the money then.
Okay, so looking at the style matchup, we know that Shakur Stevenson has all the advantages of, this style is tailor-made for him, right? This isn't Tevin Farmer, this is Shakur Stevenson, the phenom. But there's a lot of talk about his brittle hands. But do you think that's going to matter in this fight, Coach?
Shakur is such a good boxer. His whole game is to outpoint you. He don't go in there looking for the knockout. If it happens, it's going to happen. But you got to understand, Shakur is a master boxer. That's what he does. That's what he does. And guys have to figure it out. How do I get by with this guy throwing so many punches at me and his defense is really good? How do I get around all of that? And while these guys are trying to hit him with one shot, Shakur is hitting him with 3 and 4 shots, and he ain't there for the return. So they have to figure that out before anything, how to get around that. Nobody's worried about how hard Shakur is. It's just how many times he hits you, and then he don't get hit with a return.
Yeah, you know what? A lot of people were talking about the brittle hands of Floyd Mayweather before the Gaddy fight. It didn't matter now, did it?
Not at all.
Mm,
Not at
There
all.
it is. I think we may see another Mayweather Gaddy.
Could
Yeah,
yeah,
be.
I said it.
yeah.
That style matchup. James, your thoughts, sir?
Yeah, given what we saw from Zepeda in his two fights here against, Tevin Farmer, it's going to be a really, really bad matchup here, for him against Shakur Stevenson. I thought, he would have had something after, he fought Cabrera last July. That was pretty much on the same day as Stevenson, fighting in Newark, but like given his performance against Tevin Farmer, I really don't see how we can really match up well against Shakur Stevenson coming up.
You know what? First of all, Reggie Abe, thank you for supporting the coach on this day. Says Rollie gets sparked by a left hook. Yeah. Well, what round though? Come on, we all know that. What round though? 3, 5, 6, 8, 9. What? Come on now. Also, here to there says Nakatila put the fear of God in Shakur when he touched him. So I've always been a bit skeptical of his durability. Well, Nakatila is a much harder and better counterpuncher than William Zepeda. And Reggie Abe answers the question as round 5, guys. But I'll tell you what, I'm really looking forward to Nakatila versus Abdullah Mason.
Yep, and I will be right there.
Tell you what, guys, don't look past Nakatila. Look, Abdullah Mason is the real deal, man. He is a future superstar. But, well, he did get rocked against Mexicano, and Nakatila's got heavier hands. We'll see what happens, guys. Honestly, I love this matchup. I love this matchup, guys. Ronnie, your thoughts on this? Will we see Abdullah Mason get pushed to the brink against Nakatila?
I think so. I think he will. But, look, the kid finds a way to win. And you know what? In the sport of boxing, that's the most important thing. It's not always how good you look. It's that you're winning despite looking as good. Because the competition is just going to keep getting better. And so, he's going to have his hands full. But I think he'll come out on top.
Oh, this.
Yep. You know what? And once again, that's how you earn your stripes in this business.
No doubt.
Right? Go back and look in time when Miguel Cotto was being cultivated by Bruce Trampler in Top Rank. You remember in the co-main event of Sam Peter versus Vladimir Klitschko? Miguel Cotto went up against that hard-ass Venezuelan Ricardo Torres.
Yeah.
You remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Got knocked down, got beaten from pillar to post, and he still knocked him out.
Yeah.
Guys, that's what winners do. That's what future champions do. They earn their bones in this business. And there's no substitute for it. Sorry about that, guys. Duty never ceases. But let's see. Guys, once again, I can't wait for that fight. That's a great fight. But wait a minute. Let's go to this one. Let's go to this one, guys. Because once again, we just talked about William Zepeda versus Shakur Stevenson. Let's go to number 4, guys.
All right. I don't care what the poster says. The real main event on July 12th will be David Morrell Jr. versus Imam Katayev. Fact or fiction?
That's a fact.
Yes.
It's going to be a great fight.
Oh, that's a tough fight, Ronnie.
Yeah, I've been looking at tape of this kid, and he comes. But you know what? He's not a real tall guy. He's like about 5'10", 5'11", and that's great for David. And David just gonna have to be on his A game because this guy's gonna come. And he got 10 fights, 9 knockouts, and he can punch with both hands. But it's going to really be a great fight. And the fans are going to be the winners in this one.
Yep. I tell you what, a lot of people are calling him the Aget Kabayel of the 106 or 75-pound division. But there's only one Dave Morrell Jr. And something tells me that he grew up from his last fight. We're going to see it. And when does he start camp, Coach?
In about another week.
Guys, can't wait. This is a great fight card on July 12th. And once again, don't forget, you've got Subriel Matias versus Alberto Puello for the WBC 140-pound championship. Coach, this is like peanut butter and jelly. These are great style matchups. Who do you like in Matias versus Puello?
That's a tough one, but I'm going to have to say Matias.
Ooh.
I know. But I like Matias, so I'm going to rock with him on this one.
Ooh. That's going to be a real good fight.
It is.
Definitely,
tough fight.
Definitely looking forward to it. I mean, I thought that, Matias would be able to try to stick with the IBF route, but we know what's going on there with Richard Hitchens and
oh geez, Cambozo.
Oh my
Cambozo.
God.
Look, guys. Why is I even forgot who's on the main event of July 12th? it's Hamza Shiraz and who's that goofy?
Oh my God!
What's his name?
Oh my God!
Balanga.
Yeah, it's Hamburger Langa. Yes.
But I thought they put Shakur at the main event.
Nope, it's gonna be Hamburger Langa versus Hamza Shiraz.
Come on, man. Are they crazy?
Hey, I'm your boy Turkey Olive Sheik, Ronnie.
Wow.
Yeah.
I can't believe that. I can't believe that.
See, that's why I said I can't believe Williams or
that is the main event.
Stevenson elected to fight in the co-main event against Cepeda.
Man,
Yeah. Tell you what, I was in shock. But guys, once again, Here to There has the beat. He says, yeah, that July 12th card is superb.
Yeah, it's superb. But a shout out to Coach Ronnie Shields and having David Morrell Jr. there. But as far as like I'm concerned, I don't know if I'll be able to even stay in Jersey that weekend, because if you thought it was crazy with the New York prices, hotel prices before, it's gonna be even worse. You know what I mean? Because
look, you could stay. You could do what Cheap Lee Cleveland and Fight Saga did when I went to go cover fights at the Barclays. They let me stay at the Brooklyn Motor Inn.
Oh God! Oh my God! Oh no!
Yeah, dude, it was within walking distance, but I think I had to sleep with the roaches that night. It was terrible. And that was for Paulie versus what's his name? 5-time champion. Our favorite. What's his name? I can't think of his name. Judah. Zab Judah. That was for Paulie versus Zab Judah. I stayed at the Brooklyn Motor Inn. Yes.
God.
Thank you, Lee. I'll never forget that night. Ching Yao. Oh, Ching Yao. Marcus, thank you for supporting the coach on this day. He says, I didn't get a chance to ask in the last interview, but when will be the first press conference for Jamal Charlo? Good question.
That's a great question. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, as soon as we find out, Marcus, we'll let you know, my friend. And Refugio, thank you for supporting the coach on this day. He says, man, I heard Kamel Mouton beat up in sparring, according to Hearn. And first of all, I don't think Eddie Hearn would ever say anything like that. And if he did, yeah, was he there? Come on, guys. And Ronnie, tell us a little bit about sparring, please.
Sparring is sparring, man. I mean, look, sparring is not a real fight. Sparring is just getting in and working on certain things, and that's it. Nothing more than that. And you know what? Guys lose, there's no such thing as losing a sparring match, because it doesn't count as far as anything. You're looking to work on certain things in your career, and that's going to help you in your fight. You're not looking to go in and knock somebody out in sparring. That's just ridiculous if you spar that way. So, everybody got their difference on how they spar, but it's crazy if, because you don't get an outcome in sparring. Simple.
Yeah, especially when you have Vito Sr. there drilling drilling the guys in the ring. Hey, what are you doing? Don't let him do that to you. What, did you wake up on the wrong side of the bed this morning?
What are you doing?
We love us some Vito Sr., bro. And yes, Big Luke, my brother in Christ. Hope you had a wonderful Easter, my friend. He said, oh, the Brooklyn Motor Inn. Yes. He said, did you make it over to Junior's Roast? Yes, it's the best in the tri-state area. Yes.
Yeah.
Let me see something. Oh, this is gonna be insane.
Shoot.
I'm looking.
Did we get this? No?
Hold up,
Where'd it
cue it
go?
up again.
Let's cue it up again.
It's time for the BoxingSource.net Rapid Fire Q&A.
Here we go, Coach Ronnie. Here's the first 5. We're going to split it in 2 segments. We're going to save 5 for the tail end of the show. Maybe, because these might just be too good to keep them for the end. Number 1, Big James.
All right, better R&B act, Maze or Chic?
Easy one, Maze.
Really? Good times? Don't. These are, Nile Rodgers, brother?
No.
Oh,
Frankie
damn.
Beverly,
Well,
baby. Frankie Beverly.
Oh, Frankie Beverly. Yeah, I'm a singer too, man. You're right, Coach. You're right. Number 2. This one's going to be tough.
Better mentor, Georgie Benton or Emmanuel Stewart?
Well, I worked with Georgie, from the beginning to the end of his career. I mean, from my own career, from the beginning till he decided he was going to give it up. But, Emmanuel, man, I used to talk to Emmanuel all the time. But for me, it would have to be Georgie Benton.
Oh, but you can't go wrong in either one, Coach.
No,
Here's another
absolutely.
tough one. Here's another tough one. Number 3, Coach.
Better trainer, Goody Petronelli or Bill Miller?
I'm going to have to say Goody Petronelli. For
Oh,
what he did with Marvelous Marvin Hagler, man. You can't go wrong with that.
Oh, man, but Bill Miller was a legend.
He was.
Man, him and James
Yes,
Toney.
Yeah, he was. He was.
Yeah.
But the marvelous one.
There it is. Goody Petronelli. It could be Goody Petronelli. Sorry, it's easy for me to say. Goody Petronelli gets the nod from Coach. Number
Goody
4.
Petronelli. All right, here
Goody
we go.
Petronelli.
Petronelli. All right,
In the
number 4.
tri-state area.
Better cereal, Fruity Pebbles or Crunch Berries?
Hands down, Fruity Pebbles.
Oh, you know what, man? I don't know, man. That's a tough one, man. I can't believe you answered that so quickly.
Because
All
I
right,
don't like berries.
Here we go. Number 5, Coach.
Oh my God, that's easy.
Better running back, Zeke Elliott or Tony Dorsett?
Tony D, baby, all the way.
Now look, Coach. You know as well as I, if Zeke Elliott had Roger Staubach behind snap, that would have been a different story now, wouldn't it?
No. No. If Zeke would have had a better line, he probably would have been better. But
so that's sacrilegious from what you're saying, right?
Absolutely.
I shouldn't even brought that up. I'm sorry.
Not at all.
Let's just keep on going. Because I don't want to end it on that one, man. Here we go.
All right.
Number 6.
Greater R&B 80s band, Cameo or New Edition?
Oh, I got to go with New Edition.
Yep. Candy Girl.
Yeah.
That's it. All right. Here we go. Number 7. Better Laker. Kobe or LeBrick?
Yeah, I got to go with Kobe, man.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Here we
That's
go,
a
James.
tough one with Kobe.
Number 8. James.
Better comedian, Richard Pryor or Dave Chappelle?
Oh, hands down, Richard Pryor.
Yes.
Hands down.
Yes.
Hands
Thank
down.
you. I can't believe that's even an argument these days.
Oh, my God. That's not an argument.
All right, James. Number 9.
Better 70s white band, the Eagles or the Bee Gees?
Oh, I got to go with the Bee Gees. No doubt.
Oh man, I knew you were gonna say that. All right, here's the toughest. Here's the toughest. This is
Here
even
we
tougher
go.
than Tony D or Zeke. You ready?
Better president, George W. or Sleepy Joe?
Oh, I gotta go with Sleepy Joe.
Oh
I'm gonna
boy.
say Sleepy Joe.
Oh my gosh, they're both terrible, Coach.
There's a whole saying in Tennessee. I know it's in Texas, probably in Tennessee, that says, "Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me can't get fooled
Oh,
again."
come on, guys.
Uh,
Well, neither one was the sharpest knife in the drawer. Come
no.
on, let's just be honest, guys. And there it is, Coach. There's your rapid fire Q&A. Thank you. We're playing.
It's time for the BoxingSource.net Rapid Fire Q&A.
Yeah,
There it is. And Marvin Hangler says, "Yep, 100%. Yep, goody Petronelli." There it is. And here to there says, "Boy, that last question, boy, that's nasty business." Yeah, it's nasty for us, the taxpayers, man. Come on now. And G Funky says, "Yep, Tony D."
Tony
Yep.
D, baby, all the way.
And G Funky also says, "Yep, now Rogers wrote a ton of hits, but I have to go with Frankie Beverly also."
No doubt.
There it is. There it is. G Funky knows he's a musician, man. That's why they call him G Funky.
There you go.
There it is, guys. So where were we, guys? We were on number 5, I think,
yeah.
right?
Yeah. I sent you those ridiculous hotel prices too.
Oh, dude, I saw that, man.
Goodness.
Nah, dude, I'm sticking with the Brooklyn Motor Inn, within walking distance from the Barclays Center. Jeez. Yeah, man, I'll tell you what. Free continental breakfast for the roaches. Dang, number 5, Big James.
Yeah, free breakfast not only for the roaches though. All right, number 5.
Oh.
Manny Pacquiao versus Mario Barrios will be announced immediately following the Pac-Man's induction to the International Boxing Hall of Fame for a non-pay-per-view show on Amazon Prime /PBC. Fact or fiction?
That could be a fact. I could see that happening.
Ronnie, what's going on here? We got Ben Eubank this weekend. We got Paul versus Chavez Jr. just announced. We've got Crawford and Canelo coming up this year. We've got Ryan Garcia and Rollie Romero being announced for the WBA regular title. And now this, from what we are hearing, Coach, this is going to be for the WBC welterweight championship straight out.
Well, at least it's non-pay-per-view. That's the
I
good
guess
thing,
that's
man.
a silver lining, but
Yeah. Hey. I mean, I don't know what's worse, like having Pacquiao being able to fight for it, or having Devin Haney be ranked as number 1 contender for it.
Oh boy. Well, look, guys, I will say this. From what I know, it was originally supposed to be Manny Pacquiao, Mario Barrios, and then Floyd Mayweather caught wind of it and wanted to maybe put his name in the hat. But Floyd, being Floyd, was still, even though his brand is diminished dramatically, he's still Floyd at the negotiation table. How do you think that went, Coach?
Not good.
And so here we go again, guys. Sean Gibbons, it's a done deal from what I've been told. And do you have any dates, Big James?
No, don't have any exact dates on it, and and I couldn't, of course, get anything from Coach Bob Santos on it, so he hasn't necessarily gotten the phone call yet on those details. So we'll see. What I say. Well, I hope it. Well, what is that? July 12th, 19th, maybe July 19th or July 26th. I don't know.
Well, I tell you what, Coach. Hopefully it's July 19th, the year 2035, because I don't want to see it. I don't want to see this, Coach. Like, Coach, best case scenario, how do you see this playing out? Best case scenario.
You know what? it's really crazy, right? Because we haven't seen Pacquiao in a while. So I really and truly don't know what to expect from him. So Barrios has been active, but he looked terrible his last fight. So this is why they can't put it on pay-per-view,
Yep.
because nobody knows what Manny is going to bring to the table, and with the way Barrios looked, he was a front runner in his last fight. Luckily he got a draw. And so I don't know, man. I'm glad it's not on pay-per-view, because it would have been a disaster, because nobody's seen
Yeah.
Manny.
Oh boy.
And I'm really and truly surprised Manny is doing this. Some guys don't know when it's time to give it up, and but it's a shame that these guys keep coming back like this and don't even have to take a fight and fighting for the world title. Look at all of the guys that pour their sweat out every single day fighting and can't get a world championship fight, and you get an ex-champion coming out of retirement, comes right in and gets a world title fight.
Oh boy.
It just doesn't seem fair.
No, it's not fair, and it's not fair to anyone in this business. And look, I understand PBC, they're hurting for some big names after Canelo defected to Turkey Al-Sheikh and Riyadh season, but come on, guys. I understand you have an obligation to fulfill with Amazon Prime, but come on, man. Really? Really, guys? Oh, and I love PBC, but come on, man. We don't need to see this. This is an accident waiting to happen. I don't care. I don't care how low hanging of a fruit in the welterweight division you think Mario Vargas may be, but he's still in his fighting prime, and he's going to put a licking on Manny Pacquiao. Coach, am I wrong here?
Well, I don't know. From the way he looked last time, I don't know. Pacquiao has anything left.
Oh, geez. Well, Coach, well, yeah, we'll have to wait and see, I guess. But, Coach, this is a problem in boxing. It always has.
Always
Coach,
been that way.
Don Chargan always told me, Coach, and you know this from working with Evander, one of the all-time greats. But Don always told me, you know what? Every great champion always believes he has one last great performance left in him. And that's
not just the champions, the bums too.
Woo! Even at the club level.
Hell yeah. Everybody do. Everybody got that one last
you're right,
fight.
Coach.
Man.
Everybody.
This is
jeez.
But you know what might be even worse? The rankings for the WBC.
Oh, geez. Don't say that, brother. Yeah, I don't think I've even heard of most of those guys. I'm in this business. Like, I'm serious.
Yeah.
Dude, can you pull them up, rattle them off, and see if Coach Ronnie has ever heard of half of these guys?
All right. Let me see if we can try it here. Hold
seriously. It's not.
Just a moment. Let me see if I can do it here. If we got it going.
Oh, my gosh. Man.
Yeah, let me see.
But I tell you this, man. Look, Teofimo is the only on this card coming up May 2nd. He's the only big title holder, and he's third fiddle on this. You look at Ryan and Rollie in the main event, Devin Haney versus Jose Ramirez in the co-main, and Teofimo, the ring-recognized 140-pound champion, as well as the WBO, and he's taking on Arnold Barbosa. And he's the guy that most expect to lose.
Wow.
Yeah. Talk about being treated like a redheaded stepchild. Dang, yeah.
Well, but that, you know what? I ain't even going to go into that.
No. It's all right. It's that bad. I know. But can we say that Teofimo Lopez has turned into the Rodney Dangerfield of the 140-pound division?
Wow.
Get no respect at all.
Number 6, Big James, unless you have more to add with the Manny story.
Oh, no. Nothing more with the Manny story. Let's go. All right. Santos Saul Alvarez Barragan will face the winner of Jake Paul Little Chavez. He said, Mio. Next year, Cinco de Mayo weekend for the WBC interim cruiserweight title. Fact or fiction?
Man, I'm gonna say fiction. I can't believe
I hope
Canelo.
so.
Canelo was stooped to that low.
Are you sure about that, Coach?
Yeah,
I
right.
just said I don't know. I don't think Turkey would do it. I don't think Turkey would let him do it. Really and truly, I don't believe it.
I don't know. He seems to be on his victory lap, Coach.
I understand, and I can't blame him, but come on, man, come on, you can't do this. He's
Look,
too good of a
guys, I
fighter
deserve.
to go out like
Look,
that.
no one can take anything away from me. I deserve to fight whoever I want to at the end of my career.
Yeah.
Can you already hear it? Can you already hear it, guys?
I can hear it. I do. I hear it.
All right, I tell you what, I'm gonna be rooting full force for Mijo Jr., the Chavez Express, baby. Come on. Woo! Damn, man.
He better win this fight.
Come on, boxing. It's like no one's talking about the Grand Prix we just saw in Riyadh season. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Dude, no one's talking about that, and everyone's talking about Mijo Jr. taking on Jake Paul.
Right.
And then Conor Benn taking on Chris Eubank, which is for what? Nothing. And then Ryan Garcia and Rollie Romero for the WBA regular title at 47.
Money grab.
Without ever competing at 47.
Money grab.
Yeah, but it's a regular, so it doesn't mean anything.
Yeah. Okay.
Doesn't mean anything.
Woo! And Big Luke says, no comment, Coach, no comment. And here to there says, Canelo would try to con Netflix into paying for that Jake Paul circus. You know what? He'd probably succeed.
Jake Paul would probably succeed, actually.
Well, look, can you tell me this? Why is Jake Paul versus Chavez Mijo Jr.? Why is it on DAZN pay-per-view and not Netflix?
That's a good question.
Does he want to rub it in Turkey Al-Ashik's face? Hey, you see this circus job? You see this sideshow? We're going to do better than both of your pay-per-views put together, son.
Well, the thing about it is, for him to get Canelo, he needs Turkey.
That's true.
He better watch himself.
There it is. There it is.
Learn how to kiss some butt.
One knee right there. Let's get our serious caps on, guys, because this was I'd like to say that this was a real shocker, but I had a feeling that this was going to happen because of, well, just all the press that Charles was getting leading up to this event. Number 7, Big James.
Charles Conwell was the latest prize fighter to drink his own Kool-Aid before ever accomplishing anything. Fact or fiction?
Wow, that could be a fact.
Yeah, I didn't like all the press leading up to it. Him actually talking like he was the boogeyman and he was the next big star to come out of America. And I'm like, wow, pump your brakes, brother.
Yeah,
you haven't tasted one yet.
Nah.
He shared the dressing room with us, and it seemed like a really nice guy. First time I've ever really met him, seen him. And he, I don't know, man. I didn't see the fight, though, so I can't comment on the fight, but I read about it. And, it happens, man, sometimes. You go in and you don't know the opponent very well, and you just think because of your name, it just go automatically happen that you win. And a lot of guys are finding out it don't work that way.
Yep. Hey, wait a minute. That's right. You had your big heavyweight, didn't you?
Sure did.
Can you tell us how that went, sir? Now, I already saw this, but go ahead.
Oh, it went great. But my guy Joshua Evans,
Yep.
he did really well in this fight, man. His pro debut, you know, he looked great, you know, and Golden Boy was really happy about what they saw, so they're gonna really start pushing him. So I'm glad he had a really really great debut.
Wow. So Oscar De La Hoya is getting into the heavyweight business. Woo!
Oh yeah, no doubt, no doubt.
Now tell us, Coach, from what I'm hearing, and once again, several trainers tell me, man, I'll never train heavyweights. Never. Why is there that sentiment rolling around the business of boxing, sir?
You know what? Really have no idea, but I hear it all the time from people. You know, a lot of people don't want to train heavyweights because they don't really know how. Number one, number two, they think all heavyweights are lazy. You know, they think that's the best thing since grits. You know, so
It got to be cheese grits with butter.
but you know, heavyweights have egos. You know, a lot of them do. They have egos, but you know, just got to deal with it. You know, know when and where to strike, put them in their place, and keep on walking.
There it is. There it is. And so there is a big difference in training heavyweights and training underweight fighters, aren't there?
Oh
Isn't it?
no, oh that's a big difference.
Oh,
Definitely,
geez. It's the pacing, isn't it? It's the
yeah.
pacing.
It's everything. It's everything. You know, you have some that's really lazy. They don't feel they should do what the others are doing. But then you got some that, hey, they want to get it, you know? And of course, that's the ones I like.
And there it is. And so you have a heavyweight who's hungry and he just coming off a big victory. And I have to tell you, I felt bad for his opponent, Coach. I know you and he didn't,
I
but
did.
hey, as a fan, oh, geez. I thought he was playing pinball, man. Woo. That was
Yeah,
bad. Whooped him from pillar to post. And that's not an exaggeration, guys.
no, it's not. That's,
Congratulations for your man. And we look for big things with Golden Boy Promotions and Mr. Ronnie Shields. Number 8, Senor. I think it's going to be the last one. We're going to do a tight 60, guys. Here we
All
go.
right, here we go. Number 8. Robert Garcia and Jose Ramirez both believe that they will beat down Devin Haney at 147 pounds. Fact or fiction?
well, that better be a fact. You
Yeah.
know, I mean, you got to believe that if you're
Mhm.
getting in there with somebody. I know they just want to get in there and say, well, I don't think I could win. You know, you have to believe that you can win. You know, you have to train to win. That's the most important thing. But if you don't believe it, you have no business there. So
There it is. There it is. And now let's ask Ronnie Shields if he believes it.
no.
A resounding no, ladies and gentlemen. There it is. I love it. I'll tell you what, Coach, and are you looking forward to? And once again, man, this is a really tough assignment for David Morrell Jr.
Oh, no doubt.
So are you ready to get back in there? And are you confident that your man learned a lot from that fight against David Benavidez?
Well, you know, the thing is this, right? You know, fighters, you know, you only know when you get them back in the gym, number one, if they, you know, when they want to get in or do something different. And then you can see it right away. If they know that, hey, I got to pick it up this way or this way, this is what I know I have to do. And until, you know, you get them back in the gym, you know, you don't know. But just from talking, you know, to David, you know, he seems to understand now. I know exactly what I have to do. So, you know, but you don't know until we get back in the gym. So, and that's going to be in another week and a half to 2 weeks.
There it is. There it is, brother. I tell you what. And so do you have an update? Do you have a Jamal Charlo update for us?
I have a big update, but I'm not going to say right now.
Oh, boo! Coach playing it close to the vest. Oh boy. Well, give us a hint. Is it good news or bad news?
It's a little bit of both.
Oh no! Oh my gosh! What is he training with Pee Wee Herman now? What is he doing? Gosh, come on, man!
You'll hear about it soon.
Oh,
Promise you.
Say it ain't so, Ronnie. Say it ain't so. Dang, man. Is he pulling out of this one too? Okay, I'm not going to say anything. All right. All right. Look, I still say Chic. No, I like Frank Beverly. Yeah.
Hey, I'm not sure if y'all may have caught it because, of course, Coach Ronnie was out there for the Golden Boy card on Saturday. But on Friday, there was a fight card in Orlando, Florida. And one of those fights had Gergen Hovhannisyan against Dewan Calloway, all 421 pounds of Dewan Calloway. So I'm not sure.
Gergen Hovhannisyan.
I'm not sure if either one of y'all caught that fight.
Woo! I tell you what, speaking of heavyweights, have you seen the Pero brothers, Coach Ronnie?
Yes. I mean, one of them came to my gym before to spar. So, yes.
I tell you what, I hear it's the younger one.
The younger one. He's the better one.
Yeah, he's going to be stepping in the ring with King Kong, 75-year-old Luis Ortiz, sometime this summer. Say it ain't so, Coach.
Oh, that's great. That's good for him, man. Sound like King Kong want to pass the torch.
Oh, geez. That's it. And from what I'm hearing, it's going to be in Central Park. So,
oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's going to be interesting since the younger one is scheduled to fight on May 9th. So,
well, didn't one of them? I think one of them broke his jaw on Friday, didn't he? On the Box Lab card.
Linear is the one that fought on the Box Lab card on Friday.
Okay, so he broke his jaw. So it's Denier is going to be fighting King Kong Luis Ortiz, right?
That would be the one.
Okay, very good. Yeah, guys, it's going to be 85-year-old, the real King Kong, stepping in the ring with the new Cuban sensation, Denier Pero. Yeah. Okay. So anyway, I don't think I was supposed to say that in public, was I? Yet. I don't think I was supposed to announce that. I'm sorry. Well, guys, disregard what I just said. Well, I tell you what, Big James, do you have any parting shots for our listening audience on tonight's awesome show, man?
In reference to that last thing you said, quote the great Inspector Gadget, this message will self-destruct. Okay.
There it is. Yeah, I feel like Maxwell Smart right now. I missed it by about that much. Yeah, jingo. Well, I tell you what, Coach Ronnie, thank you once again for your time on this awesome show. Your parting shots, my friend.
Well, as always, you can follow me on Instagram at official Ronnie Shields, and see you next time.
There it is, guys. On behalf of Big J.R. Bell and on behalf of the great one of the best to have ever done it, Coach Ronnie Shields, I'm Joseph Herron. You've been listening to Real Boxing with Coach Ronnie Shields.
Affordable Dentures proudly presents living legend and elite level trainer, Ronnie Shields.